Welcome to Softcore History.
What is up? Welcome to Softcore History. Welcome to our second most important episode in the next 4 weeks, in the next month. Our 100th episode. This is the 100th episode of Softcore History.
People said we couldn't do it.
So many people said that.
My dad.
My mom.
Yeah.
Both my parents. They were like, you fucking can't.
It was an addendum. It was like a rider to a larger rant my father had against me. It was like an and oh, by the way.
So this entire episode is just about the people that wronged us.
Yeah.
First. Who wants to go first?
Courtney.
Let me start with my wife. You never listen to this shit. You dirty bitch. Oh, you're pregnant again? What does that mean? She says all the time, she's like, it's like being hungover constantly. And I was like, that sounds easy.
Sounds like she has plenty of time to listen to the podcast.
That's a poor, that's not understanding the audience you're speaking to. She's telling you that? Yeah.
She tells me that. I'm like, I am hungover all the time.
It's like, what do you think?
I'm hungover all the time.
I am hungover right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds fine. Eat a pizza. Figure it out.
Get a box from Pizza Hut. Get some stuffed crust in you and keep plowing through.
Yeah. Turn on Game of Thrones and just live your fucking life.
Yeah. I don't care if it's been over for 2 years or whatever. 4 years.
But no, it's our 100th episode. We were talking before this. I think this is the second most. I think episode 104 is more impressive.
That'll be officially 2 years.
Yes. Because we go once a week.
Are you getting that one too?
No, I shouldn't. Am I?
No.
100. Then it'd be.
I'm 101. Right?
You're 101. Then I'm 102. 103.
Or no.
No, I'm after Rob.
So it's you.
You're the 2 year.
I get 2 year.
That's disappointing.
Shit.
Why is that disappointing?
Don't be mean.
You know why.
What are you doing?
What do you mean I know why? I thought my idea for the 100th episode was the best one.
Next hater, me.
Yeah. I would like to point out my hater, Dan. Fuck you, Dan.
No, a few people have hated on this podcast harder than Dan.
Who has hated on this podcast?
It was my idea.
It's my idea.
But yeah, I am the biggest hater of this podcast.
Yeah.
It was Dan's idea.
It was Dan's, yes. Without Dan, we wouldn't be doing this one. So thanks, Dan. Fuck you. My idea for the 100th episode, I think, was the best one, and no one wanted to do it. Yeah. I wanted to interview a 100-year-old.
Yeah. I don't think that would have gone as well as it's hilarious in our minds, but then he gets here and he's like,
we're just not nice enough.
The milkman would come every Tuesday, and it was nice. It was good fellow. Like, so, all right, but the depression was crazy, right? The depression, you didn't even have fucking bread, right? And he's like, chicken was mostly what was eaten for dinner, and it's just it's not a good hour.
Oh no, we would have plowed through it though. We would have plowed through that hour, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but then we're stuck with a 100-year-old because the grandson's like, you got this, right? And then he doesn't show back up.
The worst part is that no, it's not the grandson. It's the 57-year-old daughter that's just standing off camera.
Well, this would be your granddaughter if it's a 100-year-old, right?
Wildly, 70-year-old daughter, wildly disapproving of everything we're saying.
Yeah.
It's like, so how many chicks have you fucking plugged, bro?
Dude, all right, okay, you were in Paris during World War II. French hookers, give me the lowdown. That served primarily the Coast Guard.
The first woman I laid eyes on is the one I married.
And remember this, we dunk on old people here on Softcore History. We laugh at them. We laugh at everything old. We also dunk on young people, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, I actually don't. I dislike young people more than old people.
It's an American thing, though. Yeah. Other societies
we've talked about
have an appreciation for the elder.
No, we literally are like, ew! Ugh!
It's we're like a very vicious ant colony that just pushes their old off to the side to die and be eaten by the young.
No, we do it kind of like that, but it's more like we push them into a very shittily run, worse anthill. With meaner ants, young ants that just abuse the old ants. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it'll be their day. It's our day, really. I mean, we're kind of old.
Yeah.
Oh, we're past our time.
I actually just looked in the mirror after I took a dump before the show, and I was like, I look pretty old today. It wasn't good.
There's
give me a good filter on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day I sympathize more with older people.
I am an old person at this point.
That's why I have a beard. It's to hide my face.
To hide
my
the
chins,
wrinkles, the scars.
wrinkles, yeah,
Yeah.
But don't the scars remind you that the past is real?
they do.
Okay.
Preach, Papa.
Sure. Why not? It's our 100th episode. And we were kind of talking like the centenarian stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're like, what should we do for 100th episode? 100, this theme, blah, blah. I thought, let's just play the hits.
Okay.
Let's go with what got us here.
What did get us here?
Like, why not being that creative.
Right.
You know, not working super hard about it. It's soft core history.
Yeah.
Mailing it in.
Mailing it in to an extent, yeah.
Like an hour or two of research.
Yep.
Maybe a half hour write-up.
Some one
pasting.
to two sources max. Many times.
Wikipedia and Reddit.
That's
yeah.
being generous, yes.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to talk about two of this podcast's favorite people. Now, I already told Jake, so I won't let him guess. Can you guess who?
Our favorite people on the podcast?
Yeah.
That we've
Huh.
They come up a lot.
people that come up a lot.
So not our favorite episodes.
No,
No.
like William Walker and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're not
Not
getting
Mike
them.
Malloy.
Yeah,
not
we're not-
Stevie
People,
Dexter.
these people just recur.
They're pretty
So-
prominent.
Recurring references.
Hitler
Yep, obviously.
and
Come on.
I guess who would be the other one? Hitler's the only.
We talk about this guy a lot.
It's a
But
man.
he's many people.
He's many,
He's many
but
people.
he's one.
Yes.
What about China?
No.
That's a
You
good
think
guess.
I'm sorry,
Good guess.
Do you think the Chinese people are a hive mind?
But what about China, guys?
No. I'll give you one more guess. He has a lot to do with us, with you and
You
I.
two. You two, not me. Specifically, not me.
Oh, St. Patrick?
Close.
The Pope.
The Pope. Hey,
The
all right.
Pope.
Yeah.
So today, we're talking about Hitler and the Pope. Two popes, really, but mostly one. So on May 31st of this year, actually, The Atlantic published a story called The Pope's... Fuck, I scroll up to the top here. The Pope's Secret Back Channel to Hitler. It's an excerpt from David I. Kurtzer's forthcoming book. It might already be out.
No free plugs.
The Pope at War. I agree. Fuck Kurtzer. Even though we're literally...
Actually, leave a negative review for that book.
Yeah, leave a 1 star on the Pope.
We'll TLDR it for you. Don't worry about
Tell him
it.
softcore history sent you.
Softcore history says this book's a fucking rag.
Yeah, 1 star. You just got soft serve, bitch.
Dude, if we got a bunch of people that just comment, you just got soft served and take that rating. I bet 1,000 people
Probably
doing
a
that.
really good book.
Yeah, it's probably great. We would probably
shouldn't
all
do this.
objectively love this book. That's the worst part about
I
it.
love the article.
Like, yeah, do a whole story off of an excerpt from it. Yeah, go find this. The Pope at War is what the book is called. You have to comment. You just got soft served.
1 star.
1 star.
I would say, and leave another, a review with that. Like, for example, what kind of middle initial is I? It's a dog shit middle initial.
Is it Ian?
I don't care.
Just say the
David
name.
I. Kurtzer. That's
Do you know my name was initially supposed to be Ian? Ian James.
Ian's
IJ?
a strong first name.
Ian is.
I was supposed to be IJ. That's awful.
Oh, that's awful.
It's truly terrible. My dad made the right decision.
Ian is a strong first name.
Have I told this story on the podcast?
Maybe.
My mom passed out when she gave birth to me. It was like a complicated
They do that.
birth and
They
everything.
tend to do that.
God,
my-
you were complicated from the get-go.
I was,
huh?
and then they asked my dad what my name was, and he's just like, "Yeah,
It's
it's Dan."
Daniel.
Pots and pans, baby.
He was like, "I'm just gonna name him after me."
Yeah.
But he was savvy. My
Changed
middle
the middle
name is my mom's maiden name.
Oh, so he threw one in.
Threw her a bone.
Yeah. Threw it in for
Murphy
her.
works though
Yeah,
as a middle name. There's a lot of
Daniel Murphy.
last names that would not work.
right.
God, I wish your first name was Murphy.
Yeah,
Murph.
if I was like Ian Smith Regester, that'd be weird.
Ugh. Is?
Nah, we don't like that.
I like names that are sentences. Like, I used to work with a lady whose last name was Speaks. It was like, her name was like, I forget her first name. Fuck, but it was like Annie Speaks. It's like
My name's a sentence.
Rob Fox.
Yeah.
Is that a verb?
Rob is a verb.
Oh, you're robbing a fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Fox. Like, so you're
That's
telling-
an order, like a command.
Yeah.
I like that
My
name.
name is a sentence.
Yeah.
You're essentially a raccoon, because what are raccoons other than a bandit fox?
It's a fox with a mask on.
It's true. Raccoons are more like weird monkeys, though. To me, they have hands.
Are they marsupials or are they mammals?
I don't know. I don't really
I
care.
must
even.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah. Beside the point.
yeah, to ruin this guy's writing career. Remember that, but also,
Yeah.
Pope.
So on May 31st, The Atlantic published an excerpt from his new book about newly released Vatican documents detailing the secret negotiations between Pope Pius XII and a Nazi prince on behalf of Adolf Hitler.
Shit, do we have the emails?
As war broke out on Europe. We kind of do. Or broke out in Europe. Yeah, we kind of do.
We got the carrier pigeons.
We have our emails.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
Yeah. And as one might imagine, these are a bit of a doozy. There's a couple. It's not, I guess, as crazy as you would think, but it's pretty fucking
Are
wild.
they going to make me uncomfortable?
There's 2 points in particular, 2 or 3 points in particular that are like, I'm sorry, what? So they were so fucked up that the Vatican kept them secret for 8 decades.
Mm-hmm.
Why keep them?
Yeah, I know, right?
Destroy them.
What are you doing?
Just light it on fire.
Noted record keepers,
Right.
the Vatican. They do have a lot of shit they probably should get rid of.
And these meetings were so sketchy, by the way, that Hitler kept his actual ambassador to the Vatican completely in the dark about these.
Listen, this might be the distraction, right? If this is what they release, what are they actually hiding?
So I actually wondered that. Later on, we can talk about it now. So these are in the Vatican's official. Where is this? What's it actually called?
Doesn't matter. Catacombs.
Yeah, what do they have that they need to keep a secret for half a century? Because they have a bunch of secrets underneath the Vatican. If you know there's a God, for sure, maybe release that. If you have actual video
Of God?
of or a demon jumping out of a girl's body as you exorcise her, maybe put that on
That's
the
a
internet.
strong case for your brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A huge case for it.
Check it
if
out.
they had...
Check it out. What if they just have God in the dungeon down there chained up?
they have God.
Well, it's Christ, actually.
No, just God.
It's just a dude.
Just a bearded man in chains.
Why?
What have you done to me?
But they have you know how Magneto has that cage that's built out of plastic or whatever, so he can't manipulate it?
Yeah.
Maybe God has a weakness that they figured out.
It's silver, of course.
It's
It's like a vampire.
just a cage full of silver.
But then what happens is we pop down there and we're like, oh my God.
He's
God,
like, yes.
You're God. You're the oldest thing in the universe. Dude, tell me how you made the universe. And he's like, Adam.
Mostly chicken at the time.
Made an atom. And and it's not that great, and you leave.
It's a really bad hour.
It's another bad hour.
He got on the podcast like, God, what a terrible interview.
God, it's trash.
Terrible interview, God.
He's just not there anymore.
He's really lost his edge since Leviticus. Oh, man. Oh. This is why I love this show. This is why.
That's why we made it 100 episodes, boys.
I'm sweating. I'm laughing. It's also just hot in here.
So
I'm not sure we keep the AC on the weekends.
Oh, I'm glad we do it here then. That's great.
I don't think we do, nor should we.
No.
Stupid.
Nor should we.
Everything
It's
is dumb.
financially not an intelligent move.
No.
So the negotiations were so secret that they were not included in the Vatican's official compilation of World War II documents that they released in 1981. It only came to light recently after Pope Pius XII's, I guess, super secret documents were finally opened. There's just another level, which again,
Why?
just open the layer where you have God chained up or whatever. Show, be like, test this blood. It's 2,000 years old. It's Jesus's, and it won't congeal. Show that, clearly the only thing you have down there is horrible things that you want to keep a secret.
It's a horror show, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I could see the argument for if they had definitive proof of God not wanting that released, because then you wouldn't
all about
have to have
faith,
faith.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So that I could see that in a weird roundabout way making sense. Still stupid. You should still tell people.
Right.
It's hey, don't do bad things because there is definitely hell. We know that. Like, under the Vatican, there's just like a mouth to hell.
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be so tight.
That'd be dope.
Like at Fatima.
So they built the
Yes.
Vatican like over a mouth to hell to like contain it.
Yeah, basically like all those Swiss guards we all make fun of, they're just stabbing demons away all night. Get back.
That's what the pikes are for. Like, shouldn't you use a gun? It's like, no, it's got to be a pike.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Guns don't. We tried.
We obviously we brought AR-15s down to the hellmouth, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, we tried to get God to fight him, but he's a bitch. He's really lost
old
his edge,
now.
so we got him in a cage.
They started lighting up Mary. She just took it, though.
Took a flamethrower.
She's just fucking Homelander.
Don't spoil anything for me.
That's spoiled.
She's Superman.
Okay.
She's
okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, she is. She took God's load.
That should have shot through the top of her head.
What's the fucking Mallrats line? It's like Superman can only impregnate Wonder Woman because his load would shoot out the back of Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Like a shotgun, I believe they said, which is fucking accurate.
That's a Kevin Smith line. If
Oh,
I've
yeah.
ever heard one. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Mallrats are underrated. I love Mallrats. Anyway, so Pius, as you might imagine, has a bit of controversy surrounding him for what went on during World War II. Some Catholics, the good ones, argue that Pius stood firmly against Hitler as best he could, considering that the Pope had zero actual, like, power. I mean, he had, like, social power, but no actual, like...
He doesn't have an army.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have, like, warriors
Again,
of
back
God.
to the boys with pikes.
Yeah. It's great for keeping the demons in the hellmouth.
Right.
Bad for, actual war.
Yeah. I mean, Hitler could have walked into the Vatican and literally just put 2 in the Pope's head. If he so felt inclined.
Donald Trump could have done that too.
Yeah.
People
In the middle of
Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody would blink.
The difference is Hitler could have.
Yeah, Hitler really could have done it.
Yeah.
He wasn't far away.
No, and
It's
also
pretty close.
Italy was a good friend.
Yeah.
Good friend to Hitler. And despite the lack, so they say that, and that despite the lack of speaking out, Pius worked hard behind the scenes and quietly to undermine Hitler.
To sabotage Hitler? I don't think so.
You not buying that?
No.
Yeah, there was no Valkyrie going on. There's no Pope Valkyrie.
Probably not.
Yeah, I can't see it happening.
The other
The Pope
side,
seems like a front runner, right?
the Pope.
Yeah. It's like before the United States got into the war, he's like, I see which side this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like, well, let's see how this goes.
We'll wait and see.
There were people in the United States, by the way. I forget who said this, but someone said it. And, I mean, based on how shitty the Soviet Union was, it's not the craziest thing, but it still is crazy, is they were like, we should let Germany and Russia fight each other for a while and help out whichever side is losing.
It probably would have been like that if they didn't attack Britain and France. Like,
Oh, that doesn't even matter because
Really?
Britain was fucking kaput. They were donezo.
so
They
yeah,
were
I mean,
just confined to their island.
oh no, what happened was Japan fucked us, and we got involved.
Japan fucked
Yeah.
Hitler.
Japan fucked Hitler.
Yeah, Japan ruined it.
fucked Hitler.
Yeah, if Japan
They
would've-
should have called Hitler and been like, hey, we're running out of oil. Is there any way you can send people to the Middle East
Yeah,
and then get that shit? I mean, the U.S. was going to get involved one way or the other eventually.
but it was pretty obvious how we were going to if you bomb us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly, if Japan doesn't do that, then we have all our carriers and a lot of our battleships.
We're still a sleeping giant.
We're sleeping giant either way. It's hard to blame Japan for what they did in terms of
Japan
strategery,
just
the strategy.
took the polka flute and just woke up Snorlax. That's all they did.
We're Snorlax in this analogy.
We were Snorlax. Yeah.
Yes. Snorlax pretty weak though.
Not in Smash Bros. You
Yeah, what
toss
the
that
fuck you
Pokeball.
talking about?
Oh, well, that's the whole screen. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Snorlax is dope
Doesn't he just fall asleep most of the time?
to recover.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a big boy.
That's a lot of strategy gameplay though.
Shouldn't there be? It's weird to me. There's no weight class in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Snorlax should just pick up Pikachu and squish him like a grape.
Yeah.
I don't care how electric he is,
Like Rattata doing any type of attack against Snorlax should never do damage.
or like any humanoid Pokemon, like the karate ones or Mr.
Mime.
should just have a gun.
It's like, here's a fucking clock, dude.
Yeah, and it's like they're like Pikachu, Thunder. Pikachu's fucking dead. Yeah. Certainly.
There's some visual humor there.
Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
Certainly, like, oddish and the, like, you know, mad. I mean, and again, it's like.
Hey, got a better question for you. Jinx, would you?
I'm not
Jinx.
fucking
Which one's
Jinx.
Jinx?
No.
Jinx. It looks like Stevie Nicks. Jinx looks like Stevie Nicks.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. No. But I will say this. Catch a ditto.
Transforms into anybody.
Show it pictures of what you want it to look like.
What if it transforms while you're in it? Back to Ditto.
That's a problem.
This is so niche for like.
It's not.
I guess it's not everyone at Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, you
Look at our demographic. Look at the statistics. They all play Pokemon.
Big overlap.
It's all males our age, so
Yeah.
I think it's pretty hitting right at home. And honestly, what's more podcast? We're on our 100th episode. What's more podcast than to just talk about shit from the 90s?
WWF, Pokemon,
Yeah, we're really hitting all the
Pogs.
cliches.
You remember
buttons here.
Tamagotchis, right?
Tamagotchis. Yeah,
Sick.
they always died
Yeah, that was the point.
to see if you could kill something.
To take pleasure in it.
Always did.
It's like living your shit, bro. I'm not cleaning it. You made that mess. You learn.
Yeah, I wanted.
It was just a better time, Rob.
Yeah.
That's why.
the
People talk about it because
the roaring 90s. Nobody talks about the 30s. Nobody's like, oh, it's good old 30s. Da, da, da. It's the 20s, and then they skip over it.
because
the
they were
30s
shanking somebody in a fucking
The 30s were-
boxcar
yeah, the
for a
30s
piece of bread.
The 30s were so bad. People look more lovingly on literally being in a war.
The war saved us.
Yeah, like people are more like the 30s. Like the 30s were so bad that I was happy to just go get shot at by Germans, or I mean, you know, a Japanese guy tried to cut my head off with a saber, but
The big thing that happens in
At
the
least I
30s
had
is
bread.
referred to as the Dust Bowl.
It was dusty that decade.
which, by the way, we just hit. It was the anniversary of it today in 1930 something, early 30s, I think. 109 degrees in the summer today
It was 109 today?
in Chicago
What?
in the at the height of the Dust Bowl.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Makes you think.
109 in Chicago
That's insane.
is not natural.
It was over 100 in London this week.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't think they have AC.
They don't.
Why would they? It's normally cold and gray.
Also, everywhere in Europe, good luck getting ice.
Yeah, I know. Morons.
Like, oh, okay, you want to make fun of us because, you know, we go to the grocery store, you might get shot dead in the produce section, but in a comfortable temperature.
But it's
Yep.
stocked.
And now you're all dead because you didn't have AC.
It's
I will say, like, there's only so many times I can listen to anti-gun shit from liberals and that's fine. I understand that, and I'm not talking to liberals. I'm not a conservative, but there's only so often I can listen to a fascist dictator was president and is running again, and the world's going to end in 20 years, and you should not have a gun to defend yourself.
no, that doesn't line up.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like that's. I feel like there's more reason to have a gun.
Yeah.
But also, if you're going to chirp us,
you are inadvertently always making a great argument for owning a gun.
if Europe's going to chirp us, figure out how to make your drinks cold. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree.
Also, I'm sorry. It's really hard to empathize with someone when I can't convert to fucking Celsius. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 30 degrees.
I know.
What?
Oh, it's 40 degrees. It's madness. It's 40 degrees today.
It's like,
Bloody
that
madness.
doesn't even fucking register.
Like, I don't know what
dude.
that means. I
Your
don't know what-
kilograms for weightlifting? I have no idea what you're saying.
It's
Yeah, dude,
stupid.
it's like,
How much are you squatting?
Stone? You're talking to me in stone right now? What? You weigh yourself in stone?
Oh, I hate it when the Daily Mail does that.
Oh yeah, no.
She loves 40 stone.
It's like what?
They're like,
What's-
what are they like? They're like,
What is a
like,
standardized rock?
Inspiring. She loves 40. Obese woman loses 40 stone.
Well, of course she was obese. She had 40 rocks in her.
Right?
Yeah, fucking idiot.
Like kidney stones? What?
Like what kind of rocks were these?
Very
not lying.
painful.
All right, back to the topic at hand here.
But
So the other,
I'm just kidding.
okay.
Sorry.
So the other side of the coin with Pius XII, that he was not outspoken enough about the Holocaust and so on. Even, for example, when Hitler rounded up 1,000 Jews in Rome and kept them in a cell right on the edge of the Vatican before tossing them on a train to Auschwitz. Pius was playing it cool. Some say too cool.
Listen, technically they're not in the Vatican. It's out of his
Not his country.
jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Right.
mean, what do you want him to do? He's a fucking old guy in a wizard hat.
Yeah, it's a cop chasing a bank robber, and they cross the state lines.
Well, so that is actually my argument. So with the outspoken argument, not outspoken enough. It's a really interesting question because what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, the whole country is literally surrounded by Nazis.
Yeah.
It's a country the size of a
small city,
downtown small city situation. Literally surrounded by Nazis who could murder them all in a day.
Yeah.
They conquered France in a month. They conquered Switzerland, Liechtenstein, shit like that, Denmark, Belgium in weeks.
Yeah.
Well, again, they've God chained up in a dungeon. They could just unleash him.
No, we've already
like
established
the Kraken, you know?
He's far too old. Far too old. You'd have to electrocute him or something.
Let's get to work.
Just kind of poke him.
Yeah.
How do you piss God off enough to make him rage?
It's kind of like, I don't know, the Hulk or whatever. Like Bruce Banner can't bring him out in Avengers Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what do they do? They bring 2 Swiss guards on there. Oh, kiss. Kiss. Go do it. Kiss.
This was in your contract.
We gotta make
You might have
God
to
mad.
kiss to make God mad. Like, we need Old Testament God here.
Yeah, and then
You're gonna start kissing. And if kissing doesn't work, you're gonna have to just keep going down the line.
Yep, start cranking.
Yeah,
it's like
we have a whole list
of acts.
You better kiss real good.
You make it sexy.
So that's one thing. And by the way, the Pope is responsible for thousands of people, not just who work for the Vatican, but who live there and stuff like that. So you got to keep that in mind.
Are there just general residents in the Vatican?
Yeah, there's people who just live there. It's not just
How?
all priests and shit.
What are there people that
that
aren't
true?
Yes.
Is that what do they do there? He's got a normie job in the Vatican?
I mean, you got to maintain the Vatican. I'm sure there's people that work there.
Yeah, there's
Do
shopkeepers.
they have to be
with it.
Catholic?
There's maids and shit, right?
Is there a Jewish guy just chilling in the Vatican?
They have cooks.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's not. There's not really. The population of the Vatican in 2019 is 453 people.
Yeah, so it's all the people that work there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless,
I bet they have a dishwasher.
Yeah. Regardless, though, you still have people you take care of. On the other hand,
Do you think the Vatican for sure still has slaves, right?
somewhere
God's chained up in a cell.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this all episode.
we don't know what's down there. I assume the Vatican. It's in Resident Evil, where it's the hive below. It's there's 20 layers below that mansion.
Yeah.
In Resident Evil 1, the good Resident Evil. Resident
Yes.
Evil 2 is dope too. 3 is actually cool too. Anything after that's trash.
90s references?
90s video games. We're on video games today.
No, I'm
guys.
talking about the movies.
Okay.
The Mia
Oh.
Jovovich movies.
Actually, I've never seen any of those.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
you would actually like them.
I got nothing to do later.
Anyway,
There's a dozen of them.
there's way too many, but you can stop paying attention after 3. Here's the thing, though. So people were like, well, how can he be outspoken? He's surrounded by Nazis. Well, he's going to die. You got people to look after. The other side of that coin is he's in Rome, and Christianity is kind of pretty into celebrating all those martyrs who refuse to not speak out about their faith
Yeah.
in ancient Rome for no stakes, and were then immediately fed to the lions, and I mean that literally.
In the Coliseum.
Right.
So you're saying Pius a bitch?
I'm kind of saying, it seems like the Catholic thing to do, the Christian thing to do, to maybe speak out no matter what in the face of all. Seems like that's what God wants you to. Now, I understand pragmatism, but it seems like,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's I got to look out for number one.
yeah,
I know I'm putting up this front.
Yeah.
I know I'm doing this God thing.
I'm on this God kick right now, but
But, at the end of the day, it's all about Pius.
Pius XII,
yeah. 1-2, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is ironically maybe not super pious.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah, not maybe the best name. So Pope John Paul II had Pius XII in line to be sainted until a bunch of people were like,
Hold the phone.
yeah, they're like, that guy wasn't a big enough dick to Hitler, so I don't know. Maybe check that. Rome's Jewish community was especially not into that possibility.
Talk about a community without a voice.
Until they had one.
Yeah, it's yeah, dude. We're pretty mad about that. It's dude, why do you live here? What's going on?
Right.
How'd you get here? What's going on?
This is a weird place for this diaspora to land.
Yeah. Well, here they are.
Is what it is. So John Paul II's successor, Benedict, the Pope, who was literally a Nazi, kind of.
Yeah.
The man that
He's Hitler
retired.
Youth.
He was Hitler Youth.
He is Hitler Youth.
You don't
There was
really-
a lot of kids that were Hitler.
I didn't know the Pope could retire until he did it.
They hadn't
He's the
a
first.
lot.
He lives in the Pope 1-1 apartment now.
He's just like, I'm good.
he lives in another building, right? He's still a Pope.
Yeah, he's on his last legs too.
That's weird. Why'd he do it? Was he facing a lot of scrutiny? Like,
I think he didn't like it.
this wasn't what I thought it would be.
Being the Pope wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Which it seems like the Pope is the dopest job in the world, minus the current not ability to fuck. I mean, many popes fucked, just not the last.
But when you are the Pope, you have the power to just like change that, right?
You literally do, yes.
So why
you
don't
could
they just do
also, I mean, they could
Well, you
also.
could, but you can be, I don't know what they call it, but I assume you can be like impeached and stuff like that.
it? Yeah, but then you just cite every fucking Pope that's ever existed and be like, they had kids.
Right. Well, then they would just be like, but they were sinners. They were not the good popes. I'm like, well, like 20 of them are saints. But still, yeah.
Also, I guarantee the Pope fucks.
I don't.
God.
I guarantee you Pope Francis has had sex.
Yeah.
I don't know about Benny. I don't know about JP2. Maybe both of them did. But Francis has definitely
Francis, I mean, come on. Argentina?
He was a fucking bouncer in Argentina.
How annoying do you think? Wow, really? He was a bouncer
At a nightclub?
in Buenos Aires. Yeah.
Dude, he's definitely had sex.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt. I would if I had to bet my life on it, I would.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, you're not a virgin.
yeah. But also,
we
how?
suddenly see Jake's soul just leave his body.
Yeah. What a joke on you guys. I'm the first to get raptured. Let's go.
That was
No,
supposed
it's
to
going
happen.
down.
That was 10 years ago.
yeah,
man.
it's coming out of my butt.
Yeah.
It's going downward.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Oh, God's here.
The gates of hell open up.
Some Swiss guards
We need
are
some
like,
bikes.
some
Jake,
Swiss
get
guards,
back
yeah.
in
Get
there.
back in there.
God, how awful do you think Catholic bureaucracy within the Vatican is?
Probably terrible.
It's
I
probably
don't know.
awful.
Although I still, after our episode a couple weeks ago that I did about, or a couple months ago at this point, about Russia being dog shit, just at existing, I always go back to that quote they had after losing the Crimean War, where bureaucrats are like the HOA,
Yeah.
where people just like shit on it constantly. But it's like, no, you want it.
Oh,
You want bureaucrats.
You need some dumbass rule followers.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have an HOA, for example, the next thing you know, your neighbor has 2 boats on his lawn where he's letting dogs live.
I don't have an HOA. That doesn't happen.
Your neighborhood's a little rough around.
You live in
here.
a neighborhood where people can like park their boat in the front yard.
It's true. They can. I'm fine with
And they
that.
do.
And I can tell.
Can you?
I can tell.
Can you?
And it's not a
Little
nice
ru-
boat.
Just because a
Little
drunk guy.
No, it's not a nice boat.
It's not.
It's a fixer-upper. Engine hasn't worked in years.
Yeah, it's not great.
It was salvaged, and I'm gonna
But
put money.
bureaucrats
into
the same
this.
way. And if you don't remember what I'm talking about, in the Crimean War, the Russian prince was like, yeah, the reason we really lost the Crimean War, like we had the numbers and everything, our bureaucracy is dog shit.
Yeah.
Like our government can't get anything done. Bureaucrats, it's like the HOA. Like if it works correctly, it's super useful. The problem is if you have too much or too shitty, whatever, and it's an easy thing to dunk on because even when it's good, no one likes it.
Yeah. Well, Dennis Rader was a great HOA representative.
He was.
I mean, he was also good at binding, torturing, and killing people.
You know what though? Like, weigh it.
You know, he did murder all those women, but
Yeah.
goddamn, everyone's lawn was crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look good. We had a
What are you willing to sacrifice for a nice lawn?
Me, not a lot.
me more than I'm willing to say.
What? Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you willing to sacrifice for a nice lawn, Dan?
Not going anywhere because that sponsorship actually dropped.
They did.
Wait, what?
Otherwise, it would be like seamless.
Not enough of you have lawns.
They're like, we've seen the demos.
Yeah.
No, there aren't
That
any.
company went under.
A lot of
actually.
renters.
Dude, have I ever told you, like, that's why people like baseball? So many people rent. It's like, oh, you get to be in a lawn during the summer. It's like, I want to go see some fucking grass.
That's why people started golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda. So JP2's successor, Benedict the Nazi Pope, was like, well, okay, I can't make him a saint. I can't make Pius XII a saint, but I will designate him as venerated, which is right below saint. And I guess he's like, I guess we'll just wait to see until the relevant archives are open before we
The purgatory
fully
of sainthood.
Right, literally.
Does that just get you into like the fucking bronze lounge of heaven? Like it's not like the fucking bottle service free shit. It's
you're
like,
in what's the Disney line called where you get the
your fast pass, yeah, but you're not in like
You're not
club.
VIP.
Yeah,
right.
You're
Like, have fun at Splash Mountain, bitch. Yeah.
So one reason that Pope Pius XII gets so much shit for not being a big asshole to Hitler is that his immediate predecessor, Pius XI, was in fact a big asshole to Hitler.
What happened to him?
Well, he died. He just died.
Did Hitler kill him?
Maybe.
makes you think.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. He died of... by the way, you know they don't do autopsies on popes, right?
Why?
Because that's Christ's vessel on earth. And
You want to poke around,
yeah.
see where the holy
Can't
bits
do it.
are?
Have you read a Dan Brown novel?
Long time ago, I read Angels and Demons.
Yeah, that's where they do an autopsy on the Pope for the first time ever.
Oh, really?
They have to pull out that thing, and the Pope's tongue is black, which means
Tom
he got
Hanks do
poisoned.
that?
Oh.
They do that in the movie Angels and Demons. Well, I believe.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
So they don't do autopsies on popes. So maybe Hitler and Mussolini killed him. I don't fucking know. It would be easy.
That's a sin you don't want to fuck with, man. Oh my
I
god.
think Hitler was okay with sinning.
Yeah, clearly. He's on so much meth he didn't know.
Yeah.
I should wait. I need to
Hitler's
walk.
like, what's a-
I need to walk that back immediately. I cannot say he was just drugged out. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew.
That's hand waving a lot. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and also, like, what's a pope to Hitler? What's one more?
Yeah.
Even if it's a pope.
If it's for German
What's one
domination,
more?
who cares?
You
Yeah.
know, he's just misguided on
So-
his drugs.
Just a bad artist, you know.
It should be noted with Pius XI, to be fair to him, or to be fair to the 12th, stakes were not quite as high. Pius XI died 7 months before World War II started. However, Hitler had been pretty busy up
So
until
what, he
that
was
point.
like a dick to him at the Olympics, or
He, as he was like annexing, Austria and Czechoslovakia and rounding up Jews and stuff like that. But there had not been full-on war at that point, or any war at that point, really. So Pius XI did not hold back at all on Hitler. Eventually.
did he curse him?
Eventually. He did.
Did he?
Eventually.
Hit him with a little.
Kind of.
Give him a puh.
He did his
Spit at him.
good Pope curse. So initially in 1933, Pius XI was actually kind of into Hitler because Hitler was anti-communist, and so was the Pope and
So is
pretty
everybody, yeah.
all religions.
Communism was anti-God, so
Right.
yeah.
So it makes sense for any religion to be a fan of anyone who is not communist, essentially, because communists were not fans, like I said, of religions that weren't. I mean, their politics was the religion.
Yeah,
Communism was the religion. The state was the religion.
We are our own savior,
Right.
Not anything else. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So, I just want to know, in case you didn't know, religion. You don't need a sky daddy to be a religion.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Religion is just an unfailing belief in something.
Yeah. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what it is.
And it gives you an exemption to do ayahuasca.
Yeah.
If that's what you need to do,
Mhm.
or whatever. Religion's just an unfailing belief in something, and your excuse to do
Whatever you want.
anything you want.
Yeah. It's like, I really just want to hold snakes and speak funny.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I want to go pretend I'm a jaguar in the jungle.
In Orlando.
And
In
then-
Orlando. Yeah,
and
that
then
spot.
Come back and proselytize it to everyone about how you need to do ayahuasca, or you will never be in touch with.
You just won't
The
get it.
jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love, life,
God, imagine all
the
the
pursuit
people.
of happiness.
Yeah. It's amazing how enlightened everyone is.
I can't with those people.
Serenity now.
Fuck
Yeah.
It's like, I finally see Earth. Oh, you couldn't see Earth before?
You
live
only
on
do
it.
ayahuasca to tell people you did ayahuasca.
You literally,
I feel like if you publicize your ayahuasca experience and profit from it, you've already undermined the experience you
and
had.
you just want like a public excuse.
Let me go one further and say, if you publicize and profit from your benefit from religion,
You're undermining
you are
it.
undermining the religion.
I also think people that do ayahuasca just want to shit themselves.
I mean,
Let's see what it feels like.
They want to have an excuse to shit themselves in public.
they're people that just really like pooping.
That's the Crohn's in you talking.
Or throwing up at the same time.
Do you feel
too.
like you're being appropriated?
Dude, what if you
Yeah.
did ayahuasca and you just didn't shit and you just had really healthy turds the rest of your life?
it just fixed everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've already done that, though.
They just like tightened one nut, one bolt.
Like, I've
You're
been
all
in
good again.
remission since 2016. I don't take medicine for it.
I love that you're in remission.
If you're a booty.
No, it was the best because I would always go to the infusion center, the cancer center, and it would be me getting an IV for 3 hours with my old medication, and it would be a bunch of, like, kids terminally ill.
Kids?
You've never told me
It's
this.
just healthy Dan and dying children.
That's like when I was.
They're like, do you
that's
fancy
like-
Jude? You're like, I got the hot poops.
I have the perfect analogy for that. When I was born, I was 10 pounds and 9 ounces, but I had a fever, so they had to put me in the preemie section. So I was a giant baby with a bunch of preemies.
Yeah,
That's you.
You have no memory of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be in college, and I
You
would
should
go.
look at dying kids.
I would go to the hospital, go to the cancer center because it was the only place where I can get the IV for Remicade, and yeah, it'd be me and like just Baldy over there.
Fucking Caillou.
Caillou. Just staring at Caillou.
What is your life? What?
I got a lot of stories.
Dad just looks over. First time, huh?
They're like, last time.
Dead air.
Yeah, I saw a lot of dead kids. A lot of dead kids.
It's awful.
You did. Literally.
They're not. They're definitely not on the planet anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
This is like a decade ago. No way they
Good
survived.
Lord. Depending on how they were buried, their bones might not even be there anymore.
This is our 100th episode, all right? It's not yours, listener. I'm sorry. This is for us.
Good Lord.
Just fucking buff Dan.
You can go anywhere else for treatment.
Full head of hair. Just like,
Like just getting started. Like
my butt hurts.
You're like living, and you're like in college, so you're like,
Living the life they won't get.
yeah, like living you're at the peak of your just sort of like at
Just
least
flaunting
physical
it.
life. You
just
know
some
what I mean?
some
Like,
poor kid's like, tell me about
fucking and
sex.
I'm
drinking
hungover.
and- yeah. And they're just like,
Can I get some saline in this thing? Some headphones. It's hacking.
Listen, I was courteous. I offer him a cigarette.
surprised you weren't just ripping heaters in the fucking room.
Just blowing it in their face. Just rolling a
Fine.
J.
It's fine, kid.
The J would be helpful.
Yeah, maybe.
It's medicinal, I think.
You ever give a 7-year-old a joint?
No, sure haven't.
It's okay. He's dying. This is Make-A-Wish.
He wants to get high.
He eventually has an anxiety attack about life and just dies from that, so it's fucking fine.
His little heart couldn't handle it.
Yeah, think about that though. Like these kids are dying, and you know,
They're
some of
living.
them. What do you get to see? John Cena, right? He does the rounds a lot.
Jeez, that's so grim.
Or
That's just,
That's the wish.
you get to see
makes your
John
life.
Cena.
Dude,
But,
You're only 7.
dude, also like John Cena, think about how many kids that have died that he's had to meet.
John Cena is essentially the angel of death.
I mean, John Cena's in the 1% of having met dead children.
Oh my god.
It's like him and pediatricians.
No, it's John Cena way higher. Like pediatricians
Not a regular pediatrician, but like a
as a whole.
pediatric oncologist or something.
Sure.
Be like, you can't see me anymore because you're dead.
That was a low ball.
There's probably like a pediatric oncologist that knows John Cena pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, you want to get a drink after him?
You think he's on retainer?
John Cena?
Kinda.
Ugh. John Cena's the angel. I'm trying to think of who else. The Rock. It's both wrestlers.
It's weirdly wrestling.
It's
Yeah.
always wrestlers.
Because they're children. Because they're children.
And it's like a strong body to look at. And it's like, this guy's strong. I wish I was strong.
Never
Yeah,
be.
so instead of them getting John Cena, they got me.
Fucking Delco Dan.
Jesus Christ.
You want a Keystone?
Yang Lang,
Yang Lang. All right.
It's not
need
great.
a lager.
Let's continue.
So like I said, though, with Pius XI, he eventually did turn into a pain in Hitler's ass because Hitler started doing Hitler things.
Classic.
As he does.
As
yeah.
he is wont
As
to
Hitler
do. Yeah.
does.
So it turned out the Nazis were really only interested in the German people worshiping one thing as well, just like the communists, and that was Nazi. It wasn't Jesus or the Pope. It was Nazis. So they started fucking with Catholic schools, churches, etc. There's a lot we can go into. You could do its own episode on Pius XI, and I might do it at some point. But among other things, in 1937, Pius XI issued an encyclical. This is the curse we talked about.
Ooh.
It's a letter to all the bishops on earth, every bishop on earth, that the Nazis, he declared the Nazis pagans.
Ooh.
So this is our version of a fatwa, right?
Yeah.
A fatwa.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's an on-site type thing like a fatwa is.
It should be.
No, it's not on site. Yeah, it's not.
A fatwa is like on-site.
It should have been.
Yeah.
But he declared the Nazis pagans. And by the way, Germany is not majority Catholic, but a huge Catholic population nonetheless.
Also, he's not wrong necessarily. Remember what we talked about in the Nazis with the occult stuff?
Yeah.
A lot of pagan influence.
Lot of paganism.
Yeah, a lot of paganism.
Yeah, we've ripped
Fool society.
everything.
I mean, the swastika, by the way, is a Hindu symbol.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be that guy. No, man.
That's why I wear it.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a funny meme I
It's
saw,
not a Nazi
or like
tat.
cartoon or meme or something years ago. It's like, you're just a normal sailor. It's 1927. And you get this cool Eastern tattoo talking about how like everything is cyclical or whatever the swastika means.
I mean, I was at a New Orleans bar not that long ago, and you look at the tiles on the floor, and it's just all swastikas.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it's like from the 1910s.
Yeah. Because, hey, guess what? It's at that time, that pattern's cool.
It was the yin yang.
Yeah.
It was that era's yin yang. I've talked about this before.
Also, there's just no such thing as original IP.
No.
Nazis didn't have good IP, no.
They had great IP. Really. I mean,
They had
look at
great stolen IP.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, those uniforms were fantastic.
Hugo Boss.
But that was original IP.
That was Hugo Boss designed
He
those
made
for
it
them.
for them.
Yeah.
So,
Good cars.
Lightning Bolt.
Volkswagen.
They were just kind of taking a lot of things, mixing it together. It was a good. They're good content aggregators.
Oh, branding on point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a year later, he also declared, by the way, the swastika a cross that is not the cross of Christ. A year later, when Hitler visited Rome to pal around Mussolini or something, the Pope big-dicked Hitler and left to go to his summer castle.
Oh, he's got a vacation home.
Well, multiple, yeah. The Vatican got a lot of stuff. So he left to go to his summer castle.
Where is it?
I don't remember.
Country of origin?
Let me look it up.
The Summer Castle?
Castel.
Is it just another part of Italy?
It's Castel Gandolfo.
Is that where Madison Cawthorn went to hang out?
No, that was the Eagle's Nest. That was Hitler's vacation home. So it's on Lake Albano.
Where's that?
It's just outside of Rome.
Okay.
Yeah. But he has his own castle there. Pretty cool. Happy for the Pope.
It's like his version of the ranch.
Yeah. Then that winter.
Oh, yeah.
The what?
The ranch.
What's the ranch?
George Bush's ranch.
Oh, yeah. He just goes to the ranch, clear brush, have a good time. Yeah. So that winter, Pope Pius XI also directly rebutted Nazi Germany's racial superiority politics, mostly on the Jews, by saying that there was only one race, the human race.
So fucking PC.
I actually think that's not even PC anymore.
No.
No. That's all lives matter.
Yeah, that is. That's two. That's
Actually, yeah, you're
not-
whitewashing it. Yeah.
Yeah. That is also not an appropriate thing to say.
Whitewashing?
No, there's only one thing. There's only one race, the human race.
How's that not appropriate? It's true. It's the human from a species point of view.
I mean, there's a Kentucky Derby. There's a Daytona 500.
It's true. A lot of races. So Robert Ley, the Nazi Minister of Labor, declared the following day after Pius said that, "No compassion will be tolerated for the Jews. We deny the Pope's statement that there is but one human race. Jews are parasites."
Cool. Why'd you both look at me like that?
For the audio listeners, I was not looking at Jake at that time.
Dan has his head cocked and the gears are turning.
To be fair, Dan probably believed you were a parasite before he learned your religion.
He's not buff enough.
He's a cockroach.
Oh, is that it? We done with it? I didn't know if you were going to call him Parasite more.
It's a good movie.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But again,
No, it's not. Parasite's not.
It's
You don't
not
like
that good.
Parasite?
It's
not that
fine.
It's fine.
I thought it was
It's
fine.
fucking fine.
not.
It's fine. It's not good. It's fine.
The ending's insane. It's funny.
No, it's a mind-blowing. It's a really good ending if you've never seen.
It's really funny.
funny.
It's hilarious. Really,
It's a good movie if you've never seen an Asian movie before.
Right. It's
All right.
It's a good movie if you've never seen a good
All
movie
right.
before, for sure.
Just let me enjoy something for once.
Fuck you. No, absolutely.
No,
You
yeah, I disagree with that.
let you enjoy something.
Yes.
Anytime I like something, it's mid. Oh, it's fine.
Mid,
oh, it's
nah.
stupid. Not worth it. Waste of
Did
time.
you invent the term mid? It feels like it's so up your alley.
I might have done it like years ago without
Yeah,
even
It's
noticing.
mid.
Yeah.
It's mid, man. All right. So Pope Pius XI died February 1939. Enter Pius XII.
Fucking come at me, Jake.
Fucking here, dude.
Let's go.
100th episode
100th
fight.
episode, you want to throw down?
Sup, dogs?
Subs dog. Fucking fight.
Yeah. I'd be down for that. So even with the new pope, Hitler saw an opportunity, even though he was indisputably in charge of Germany and other things he had recently annexed. Hitler wasn't wild about the Catholics living in his territory, potentially hating him. There were a lot. We are everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, I kind of get it.
Yeah, Hitler needed some good juice with the Pope.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Can't do that. So Hitler hit up the new Pope. And in order to keep things legit and also super secret, he hit up a man with a pedigree that demanded attention. 36-year-old Prince Philip von Hessen, the son-in-law of Italy's King Victor Emmanuel III, grandson of the German Emperor Frederick III,
Good connection so far, yeah.
and great-grandson of who else? Queen Victoria.
Oh, yeah. Satanic bloodlines, look them up.
Yeah.
So this is essentially Hitler was a school that hired the dad of a recruit they're trying to get.
Yes.
Yes, they gave him an office job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great analogy. That's spot on, Daniel.
Yep. So von Hessen was also a very early fan of the Nazis. He was a brown shirt before it was cool, which is weird because he was also a gay guy. He was banging the English poet Siegfried Sassoon.
Seems like Milo.
Yeah, that's a boy's name. He had sex with that guy. Philip, he was a gay guy who was just super into the Nazis, even though they for sure did not like gay people.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think Milo's gay anymore.
What?
I think he had like a come to Jesus moment.
Who?
Would they shock him a bunch and
Yeah,
convert him?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I
He's not gay.
haven't really followed.
Who's not gay? What?
the
Milo Yoppin' up and
whatever this fuck his name
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Papadopoulos, whatever.
Jesus, yeah. Who knows? Who cares, actually?
Yeah, it's a side quip that got it expanded upon too much.
So, an interesting ambassador, considering that. To maintain extra secrecy, the talks between von Hessen and the Pope were set up through super secret, unofficial back channels, blah, blah, blah. I can go into that, but I won't. The Pope was down. He wanted to do it, and he wanted to do it super secretly. So, the two met in secret in the apartment of Cardinal Luigi Maglione, the Pope's Secretary of State. And an interesting thing happened.
They had sex.
Italian names are just comical.
I know it's all they're comical people.
It's a very, sounds better than like Mark Hutchinson. Like I'd much rather be
German's not great,
yeah, like Luigi,
The English
whatever.
German
yeah,
yeah.
like fucking Mark. Like all hard consonant names around
But
this.
every Italian name just sounds like you're saying it with like meatballs in your mouth.
Man, God.
It's okay to be racist to Italians.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're brown, but not that brown.
Or as Veronica likes to say, eggshell white.
Still white.
Oh, like
Yeah.
brown eggs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember when we were at Grand X, she was trying to make an argument that Italians weren't white.
We were just like, no,
We're like, no.
no.
Yeah. It's like you're on the same continent as all the other white
Yeah.
folks. Yeah.
You don't get to claim
Yeah.
that.
Spain is
What
also
people
white.
don't want to admit, actually, is that the other half of the Mediterranean also pretty white. The Africa half,
Oh, you mean like
it's ethnically extremely white.
Yeah. No, like we're talking
And
about
that's not from colonization. That's
we're
from
talking about
ancient
melanin.
time. Yeah.
We're talking about the lack of it. like,
Yeah.
Turkey?
dude,
Is that the line, right? What's the line where like you can make fun of the Greeks, right?
Yeah.
You can still be openly racist against
You
Greeks,
can't
Italians.
cross the Bosphorus.
Okay. So what
Currently, you can't cross.
what
the
is that country where it's like, all right, that's the hard line?
Turkey.
It's Turkey.
That's the
Yeah.
Bosphorus Straits.
All right.
We're a history podcast. Just
Right, Turkey. I feel like Turkey.
Stop it.
I think
Don't
Turkey's
shame
still.
him. Don't you dare shame him.
Yeah, not geography.
Yeah, geography is not
the
history.
Bosphorus Straits are very historically important.
I don't give a shit about Turkey, man. They're trying to kill Enes Freedom, which, by the way, is awful.
He's awful.
That he changed his name to Freedom.
That's terrible. Yeah. He is also almost a little too cliche at this point for me. Like there's no what's the word I'm trying to think? There's just no subtlety to his argument.
I'm almost cheering for Turkoglu to take him out.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Not against it. So
Better player, by the way.
I was
easily.
going to say, yeah, he is.
Turkoglu was the man.
he was pretty good. He was on that Magic team that made the finals,
Yeah.
right? I mean, got swept, but made the finals.
By Kobe, right?
Yeah.
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 But beat LeBron.
Hard to do.
Not easy. So the two met in secret at that apartment. Something interesting happened, even though it was super duper secret and was supposed to be off the books and all that stuff. The Pope had a bishop secretly record the entire thing.
What, you just write?
Wore a wire?
Taken short.
Fucking wore a fucking rat.
Yeah.
A fucking rat. I knew it.
Took his I think he was taking shorthand notes the entire time or something weird
Under
like
his cloak.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at
Just
the
left out
meeting,
some cheese for him.
yeah, the cheese. No, the cheese. It's fine. I'm writing. At the meeting, the Pope said he was thankful for the nice letter that Hitler sent him.
Thanks for the lovely letter, Addie.
Yeah, for becoming Pope. He was like, Hitler sent a nice, happy Pope letter.
There's
And
got to be
I
one.
appreciate that.
He also sent an edible arrangement.
Probably. I mean,
was
whatever
nice.
the version of that was at the time, probably. But Pius XII was like, hey, and that's all cool and stuff.
You think it was like a nice, funny shoebox card? There's like one section of Hallmark where it's like, you're a Pope.
Yeah. He's a Pope now. Hooray.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Happy Pope.
What happens when a Pope shits in the woods?
It's holy.
Hitler.
Oh, Hitler. So
Great jokes.
Pius XII said thanks for that, but he was like, hey, that's all nice and stuff, but you're so actively, hating on Catholics and fucking with their schools and parishes. So until you stop that, I can't be down with Nazis. The Pope did say, however, that he wanted to reach a compromise with Hitler as much as his conscience would allow. And I
feel like that's fluid.
yes.
Yes.
There's some latitude there.
Oh, you mean your mind can change?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
sexuality.
Yeah. It's a spectrum.
Yeah.
Tolerating Nazis is a spectrum.
Is it? Is it? Guys, is it?
I mean, it probably literally is,
Yeah,
but
right. Yeah.
A lot of people on the spectrum.
Yeah.
yeah. We're all on the spectrum, really, I guess.
That's how spectrums work.
Yeah.
You got to remember that.
Right.
Everyone is on the spectrum. It's just how much of it.
Like, oh, he's on the spectrum. Yeah, all right, great. Me
That's
too,
how
I guess.
spectrums work.
Technically,
Yes.
yeah. So he followed that up with, I am certain if peace between the church and state is restored, this is all direct quote, by the way, everyone will be pleased. The German people are united in their love for the fatherland. Once we have peace, the Catholics will be loyal more than anyone else. So he was like, hey, look, if you stop fucking with us, we'll be the best Nazis. We'll be dope Nazis.
Why didn't the Jews just try that?
I know, right?
It's like, why don't you just like try to be Nazis?
Yeah, just let us be Nazis. We'll be dope at it. We'll be fucking incredible at it. Why didn't you try that?
You know, big question.
Yeah.
I mean, children were trying to be Nazis towards the end.
Oh God,
Well, not trying to. They were
were.
succeeding.
Not well.
Jojo Rabbit was great.
They weren't succeeding at doing the
Combat.
stuff the Nazis
Yeah.
asked them
Yeah,
to do,
yeah.
but they were succeeding at putting on the uniform.
They were great at narking
Yeah.
on their parents. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that von Hessen was like, okay, all right. Makes sense. That might be possible as long as the church stays out of politics and sticks to Jesus. Now, in the Nazi party, apparently at that time, because there were a ton of Catholics in Germany, not a majority Catholic country, but a ton of Catholics in Germany, there were pro and anti-Catholic factions. The people hating... Oh, and it was the same type of thing, like, as the people hating on Al Smith from our previous episode.
Mhm.
They were just like, the Pope's going to run us, dude. Pope's trying to run the country, bro. And they were like, no, man, we're good. We just like the Pope. So Pius tried to assuage von Hessen by being like, hey, we're actually pretty cool with fascism. We're pretty agnostic, ironically, to the type of government.
See what we did there?
Yeah. We're cool with Mussolini, for example. He's a fascist and he's here. You just got to let us be cool. So if Hitler, if he's a fascist too, that's fine. Just quit fucking with us.
Yeah.
And we're good.
See, that doesn't work for Hitler, though.
Doesn't work for anyone who wants to be
the number one thing, the only thing.
And for there not even to be a second place thing.
Yeah. It's like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We it. So, von Hessen again reiterated, the church just needs to stay out of politics, but the Pope wanted to know what he meant by politics because closing Catholic schools, making them Nazi schools, for example, was not political, that was anti-Catholic. And von Hessen was like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing there. Counterpoint, what about all those kids your priests fuck?
He really called him out on that back then?
Yep.
Holy shit.
He was like,
oh, you think it just started, Jake?
No. No, I don't. I'm just surprised anyone had the balls to say that then. Like,
fucking Hitler.
Well, Hitler didn't say it.
Hitler's boy said it.
Yeah. It's like, counterpoint.
You fuck kids.
Yeah. And that's a hard one to beat. So that's a hard counterpoint
yeah,
to the
this
arguments.
is worst guy you know makes a good point.
So to help delegitimize the Catholic Church in Germany, for years the Nazis had put hundreds of German priests who had molested children on trial.
Good, as they should.
Right. So like that's
I'll
the
just
thing,
relocate them.
It's a Nazi versus a molesting priest. Who do you root for?
Yeah.
A fucking asteroid. That's what I root for.
I hope both teams die in a plane crash.
Yeah. So, and by the way, these trials made international headlines.
Wow.
Like, these were huge. This was a huge, huge fucking deal.
That really blew up in the fucking Pope's face, huh?
Yeah.
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 Just like those kids.
Well, they probably weren't able to do that.
All right, well, they got blown up in their face.
Yeah.
Making
That's
a cum
more
joke.
accurate to what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some of the priests wanted to be, like, submissive, you know?
They were subs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they dom on the altar, sub in the rectory.
Definitely the bishops, yeah.
I'm sorry, the higher you get up, the more sub you are?
I think so.
How?
Because you have so much power, you want to kind of be brought back to earth.
That's why.
That's honestly quite godly.
It's actually, God wasn't in a cage down there. That's a dominatrix cell. And that's how you become Pope. You got to sub for God.
Yeah,
too
God's
powerful.
willingly there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the...
He's the ultimate sub.
You're like,
the
oh,
whole
God,
thing.
so wait, hold on. You're a sub? You just want to get fucked? Needed the punishment.
I'm so glad we didn't do this fucking interview. With a 100-year-old man.
Well, that's all that would have happened. Need to be punished.
So God is just a Zenobit.
A what?
A Zenobit.
I don't know what that means.
The Hellraiser people.
Sure, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
the Hellraiser. It's like pain is pleasure. The ultimate pleasure. Zenobits. Yeah.
But also, if we had a 100-year-old man, we run the risk of actually getting canceled for him saying something like, I don't know, like, what's wrong with the country? And he'll be like, the Japs.
Like blacks. Like, what? Jesus Christ, man.
Honestly, Japs is so not a problem that I don't know how we could get canceled for that.
That's true.
Yeah, unless he's just like so enthralled in dementia that he was like, put more in the camps. Camps aren't full enough.
He's just Clint Eastwood.
Again, we really need to get away from the word camps for what those facilities are.
Right.
It's so fun sounding. Camp is a fun word until you put concentration.
It's quite the Swiss Army knife of a word. Can do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Pope's response to...
I'm sorry. There has to be a quip. Someone, like, when someone's like, oh, that's a really campy movie. It's like concentration campy.
Yeah.
Schindler's List. Very campy movie.
High level of camps in there. Yeah. So the Pope's response to, hey, you fuck a lot of kids was, hey, man, you know, that stuff happens everywhere, and, like, we usually take care of it, so it's fine.
We usually take care of it.
And to be fair to the Catholic Church, while the Nazis probably did try some molesters, they weren't exactly going for justice. I assume there were probably also some falsely accused priests,
Oh,
trumped up charges.
It's not like it was for the good of the world.
No.
It's an agenda pushing thing.
No, not at fucking all. But more importantly, in the interest of actual objectivity, there was also a folder burned the previous year by the Vatican labeled Vienna, order to burn all archival material concerning cases of immorality of monks and priests.
Yikes. Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah. So, like, hey, put this folder, stuff it full of everyone in Austria who's fucking kids, and throw it in a fire.
Yeah. Well, do you want to keep the record around?
No, you don't. Again, that goes back to what the Vatican possibly has down there that's good.
Again, this shit came out.
Yeah.
So
They have texts that no one's allowed to see. Like old world knowledge shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's something fucking mind-blowing in there.
There's got to be.
Yeah, there's something there's probably a way to do magic that they know about.
Yes.
Like it's like no, you just everyone thinks you
I
turn
just assume it's going to bum me out, though. Like, it's actually not going to be that cool.
Oh, it's probably really lame.
I actually hope the cure to cancer's down there. And they're just like,
But
not
then
ready.
less prayer.
Yeah.
Less prayer
Not
if no
ready.
cancer.
So after this meeting, von Hessen went back to Hitler, relayed everything that was said. Hitler was pretty stoked. Hitler and his immediate subordinates were also stoked. They were so stoked, in fact, that the German press was ordered to stop talking shit on Catholics and Catholicism, German Catholic priests, all that stuff. Things kind of stagnated for a while, and because Hitler was so busy, he couldn't give the proper time and attention to the Pope. He was like busy doing stuff like planning the invasion of Poland, so he told von Hessen and thus the Pope as much. Hitler was like, I just got some stuff going on, I can't right now, but he was mostly trying to, invade Poland with the USSR.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Poland, by the way,
Didn't really need the power of Christ to do that.
no, and
Didn't need-
Poland, by the way, is a
Just a
super.
couple tanks did the job.
Didn't take a lot. More Stukas, I think, actually. Stuka dive bombers were really
Okay.
effective.
Against
Pol-
pitchforks, yeah, I imagine.
Poland, by the way, which he was planning to invade and stringing the Pope along about, super Catholic country, intensely Catholic country. In fact, a future Pope was living there at the time.
Is it Benedict?
John Paul?
It was John Paul II, who wanted to make Pius XII the saint. He was living there when Poland got invaded by the fucking Nazis.
Yikes.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Seems like he could have just worked out an agreement with the Pope. The Pope just like proceeds like it's Palm Sunday into Poland.
Right.
And they would have laid down for Germany. That would have been easier.
So
Yeah, in theory.
that is
The Pope
actually,
just rides in on a donkey.
that is kind of comes up.
Palm Sunday?
Well, the whole Poland
Idea.
laying down.
Yeah.
Ah,
So the next meeting between von Hessen and the Pope took place a week before the invasion of Poland in late August 1939. Von Hessen was basically like, hey, you're not going to bother us about how we view the Jews as less than human, right? And the Pope was like, well, hold on. Let's talk about, like, you don't let us give communion every day anymore. Let's kind of move on from the Jews are rats type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know you think they're rat people, but I just want
You're
to talk.
fucking with us right now?
Yeah, I want to talk about how, like, we need to be able to, like, do communion better. And von Hessen was like, okay, we talk about that instead.
and we can do communion better.
We
The
can-
shitty wafer.
It's the wine's okay though.
Yeah. I was disappointed when I got communion for the first time.
Did you take wine at your first communion?
No.
Why not?
They didn't offer it.
What?
No.
They
Why?
didn't give you the blood?
They just gave us a little cracker.
Your first communion,
Cracker.
So it didn't
like
count.
your first communion.
Did not get wine.
So you didn't get communion.
Why?
I don't know.
I took wine at my first communion, and it was optional, by the way. You don't have to take wine ever in communion. Do you know?
No, of course I don't know that.
Yeah. So you,
Why would
you
I know
always
that?
take the wafer. You can take the wine if you want.
Okay.
And I, as a second grader who was obviously going to become an alcoholic one day,
Mhm.
was like, dude, I want that wine.
Right.
And I took a big old sip of that wine.
Shared cup.
Yeah, with everybody.
Mm.
But
Sick.
fortunately, the only people who leave floaters in the wine are
Little
old people.
backwash, yeah.
Old people.
You never want to go after like an 80-year-old man.
It's a problem I won't encounter, guys.
I want to convert you.
Oh, don't. I want to convert you.
And then once you get
I'd
communion,
be fine with being that. I like old religions. What
Yeah.
I don't want to be is a religion founded
No,
in 1789.
A religion where you can practice in your jeans
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the pulpit. Yeah.
which my wife still gets mad at me for saying every time we go to her churches. They're like, oh, you can tell it's Christmas because the pastor's wearing his nice jeans.
And you go to a strip mall.
Fucking seriously.
However, little fun fact, after you get communion, you actually don't have to stay. You can beat the traffic.
Yep.
You're allowed to beat the traffic.
You can leave right after communion.
When do they do communion?
Near the end.
It's like 15 minutes before the end.
There's like a little extra.
But there's kind of like a grace period.
If you need to leave, you can leave.
You're allowed to.
Okay. If you leave before then.
The whole point's getting communion.
So I one time did the awkward take the blessing thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And never doing that again.
And then
so
you also...
awkward. So I was
Why?
like, you should go up.
You got
And
a
I was-
blessing.
I was like, cool.
Did you bow your head?
You better have.
I don't know.
Did you eat the wafer?
What if I just took communion?
Well, it burns your tongue.
Doesn't burn my
If you're not Catholic...
Yeah,
if
it would
you're
have.
not
No, it
Catholic.
would have burned through your tongue and dropped out of the bottom of your jaw.
And then like falling through.
Yeah. So
If I had a boner, it would have hit me in the dick.
Yeah, so you didn't take communion.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
One time.
It's really hot. Why is it so hot in all the churches? By the way, what's the deal with that? Just
weird,
no
right?
AC?
I don't know. I'm always cold in there.
Yeah. Oh, strange.
One time in college, because I was an asshole in college, we went to like Easter Mass for some reason. We
Easter Mass is the worst, by the way.
decided to do it. And I was like, dude, check this out. I'm going to take communion twice to fuck with these like loser youth group kids that do it here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did the Pope call you out? Or not the Pope, the priest?
no, but he saw. He knew I did it twice. I was like to my buddy Denny. I was like, Denny, check it out. I'm going to take communion. I'm going to go up again.
You doubled up on Jesus.
I doubled up on and like he looked at me and was like, you fuck. Like he gave me the look like, you bitch.
What's wrong with 2 communions?
It's not what
You're getting
supposed
greedy.
to do.
Yeah.
That's too much Jesus.
He
Too much
gave it to me.
Christ.
He didn't want to make a scene, but he was like, that's on you. Like, you're going to have to answer to God about that.
Also, if you want to know what it tastes like, it's like a stale ice cream cone.
It's like a saltine without the salt.
Yeah. So a flavorless crisp.
It is like a,
It's an
like
ice
a
cream cone.
sugar cone, not a waffle cone.
Yeah, not even it's a sugar cone without the sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like particle board.
So the next meeting.
Jesus doesn't taste good.
No,
Why would
his flesh isn't
There's no
great.
fat on the guy, man. He fucking starved
He's
up there.
lean.
Yeah.
Lithe.
At least your savior was ripped.
So the next meeting after that,
I bet Moses was too.
oh, I'm sorry. So Von Hessen was like, so, hey, you're good about the Jews are dog shit, right? And the Pope gave actually a firm no on that.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he did give a firm no on that. I
buddy.
apologize. I said that wrong. So the Pope also reiterated, as the Prince did, the most important thing was keeping the meeting secret as fuck. So the next meeting took place right after Germany brutally conquered the mostly Catholic country of Poland. Right after that, Hitler was like, okay, I'm ready to talk about being cool with these Catholics. And the Pope was like, okay, haha, I do have some issues, though, because you just, like, conquered Poland and you keep murdering all their people.
Mm.
And before the meeting, the Pope, who had just had millions of his flock brutally killed or conquered, was like, hey, we need to meet again. I hope Hitler's good. Is Hitler doing good? I wish him the best.
How's Hitler?
Yeah. You doing all right? And Von Hessen was like, oh, yeah, he's fine, all things considered. You know how it is, haha. Von Hessen was then like, real bummer about all these Polish people. They would have lived if they'd just let us Nazis conquer them. The only reason they all died so bad is because they fought against us trying to conquer them. They should have just given up faster. Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's a sad story.
Just take it.
Yeah. Which I swear to God, I heard about Ukraine 20 times, but whatever, that's fine. So yeah. He was just like, dude, they should have just laid down and let us conquer them. We're just Nazis. We're just like cool Nazis.
Not a mean Nazi.
Yeah.
We can be cool.
We're nice guys, nice Germans conquering it. I mean, the Soviets took half of it. They're pretty chill too. We're going to invade them later, but they're cool for now.
Yeah, and everyone lets Russia get away with what they did in the beginning of the war.
Oh, man.
Well,
All of it. All of the stuff.
Yeah.
Finland, which they lost.
They had a hard time with Finland.
They had a very bad time.
like
not a good
last
time.
year before all the, obviously, Ukraine shit, there was a narrative going around on the internet that, like, Russia was the reason World War II was, like,
One.
won.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
They were getting their shit pushed in until I've said this before in the show, wiped out all of the German fucking factories.
Yeah.
With an Air Force.
With war crimes, yes.
Yeah. And guess who didn't have any Air Force? The fucking Russians.
No.
And guess who still doesn't have an air force, by the way? They use artillery in Ukraine. Like, they have no air. It's incredible to me the way they fight wars. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It's incredible to me that we haven't just conquered the entire Earth yet, to be completely frank with you.
If we had China's population, we could probably do it. But we don't.
Or their drive.
We're just lazy.
Yeah, we're lazy people. So the Pope was like, yeah,
I don't think we're lazy. I think we just think too short term.
We need to get our head in the game.
We're in the game.
We need to get in the game.
We're in the game.
No.
We are the game, bro.
There's only 2 countries in the game right now. It's China and Saudi Arabia.
What?
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Because
Vision 2030.
Aramco?
By the way, we're like mixing episodes here.
Yeah.
We're
I know.
talking about the game from the other.
I know.
right.
Go check out patreon.com/softcorehistory.
Yeah.
To know what the game we are referring to.
So the Pope, I was getting back to it. The Pope was like, yeah, well, the Polish were brave, but anyway, have some complaints. The Pope said the church was being treated like shit, and even the priests who were pretty into the Nazis were like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So even the priests that were like, I'm a Nazi. I love Nazis. I'm a Nazi. But then the Nazis would show up and fuck with them, and they'd be like, hey, man, I'm a Nazi. What are you doing? I'm a Nazi. What the fuck's the problem?
Before that, I'm actually going to cut that clip.
I'm a Nazi.
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi.
Yeah. What's the
There's no
problem?
context, yeah.
I'm a Nazi. What's the problem? Please don't. I won't post it. So,
Right.
I
I might.
Dan will.
So,
Last episode, boys.
it's good to know that there are priests in the Catholic Church that are like, yeah, Nazism. I'm into this. You can cut that too.
Okay.
So the Pope made a political argument.
Just a little supercut of Rob saying all these.
Yeah, I love Nazis. I am a Nazi. Who cares?
No, you've
So
said
the
it.
Pope made a political argument. He was like, hey, von Hessen, your enemies are using how shitty you guys are to the church against you. So maybe don't be so shitty, and everyone will lay off you invading Poland and stuff. Then the Pope said, I get that Hitler is busy, but, think about it.
Just think about it.
Yeah, just think about it. Somehow, everything that was happening was encouraging to everyone. Like, they all walked away from that being like,
It was a good talk.
we're doing great.
Good talk.
Von Hessen went back to Germany. He was like, hey, let's get a bigger guy to meet with the Pope and make this official. So Hitler sent one of his main guys, Joachim von Ribbentrop, who was one of the top 5 Nazis, top 10 Nazis, I guess, in high ranking or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though prior to the war, he had just been a champagne salesman.
Right. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, to be honest, it all started in a fucking beer hall. So,
all these dudes, if you go look up what these dudes did before they were high-ranking Nazi officials, it is so deeply unimpressive that it almost makes sense.
yeah, I mean, look at the careers of the people that were knocking down windows in the Capitol. They're not fucking power lawyers.
Well, even what's the other dude? I forget his name. They talk about it. They mention it in Man in the High Castle. He's one of the main guys.
Yeah, I know you're talking
He was
about.
a chicken farmer.
Yeah.
These dudes were not.
No, the revolution of them is to get higher up.
Right.
It's not a fucking. Everyone's trying to get theirs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's Nazism is the vehicle for people to be able to drastically accelerate their place in the world. And it's a fast way to do it.
Right.
So, yeah. No, there's no fucking moral high ground in the game.
These aren't intelligent people
Yeah.
necessarily. So von Ribbentrop, by the way, would eventually be tried and executed at Nuremberg for, among other things, being, of course, really into the final solution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
And also encouraging Germans to lynch down to Allied pilots.
yeah.
So if you just find an American bomber pilot,
Just kill him.
yeah, just lynch him. Why not? So he's a fun guy. Pius XII put together a list of requests for this meeting to happen, things that needed to happen for the meeting to happen. Stop officially talking so much shit on Catholicism. Stop fucking with Catholic kids. His people could still fuck Catholic kids, I guess. I don't know. Let the church defend itself when you do talk shit on them. And stop stealing church property.
Ooh, that last one's probably a problem.
Pretty big, yeah. Hitler was down, though. And he was like, yeah, all right, I want this meeting to happen, but it has to be super public. He wanted and needed the PR win. This is before the invasion of the USSR.
Right.
I believe they had just taken down France, maybe, or something like that. I don't quite remember. Von Hessen set up the meeting, but made sure to tell the Pope, hey, as soon as von Ribbentrop walks in, be sure to tell him how cool and handsome he is. like, and repeat that a lot.
So
That you're cool and handsome and awesome.
the Pope needs to tell this to von Ribbentrop.
Yeah.
Was he in fact handsome?
No.
So you're telling me the hateful, vengeful asshole is also vain?
Apparently.
What? Get out.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it. Yeah, he was just like, yeah. Just by the way, he loves
Compliments?
being being flattered. I mean, this is the guy. Just looks like a Nazi.
Yeah, it just looks pretty German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looks like a Nazi.
Doesn't look too cool or handsome.
No, I mean, the uniform's nice, but
That's a good uniform.
other than that.
That's undoubtable.
Yeah, so von Hessen said the meeting and all that stuff. The Pope was less down with the meeting being super public since Germany was in the process of genociding Poland. So the Nazis were like, okay, we won't make the meeting super public, but it still needs to be fancy.
Right. As all meetings should be.
Yes. So on Monday morning, March 11th, 1940, von Ribbentrop and his party were picked up by 4 fancy black limousines owned by the Vatican that were flying both Vatican and Nazi flags.
Whoa.
What was the car maker?
Who knows?
Fiat.
Yeah,
Volkswagen?
probably Fiat.
Probably
I'm going to
Fiat.
go with something Italian. Once the meeting started, von Ribbentrop refused to kneel to the Pope.
Was he Catholic?
Refused to bow to the wizard.
You have to bow to the wizard.
I agree. So he went right into it, and he was like, again, Catholic Church needs to drop the politics. Any criticism of the German government is not okay. Hitler just wants a truce, just wants everything to be cool. Just wants you guys to shut the fuck up. If you shut the fuck up, we might let you keep your property, blah, blah, blah.
Just play the game.
Just play the game.
We're playing the game,
Come
boys.
on. Von Ribbentrop also said that Hitler had extended an olive branch. The Nazi government was going to give a big subsidy to the Catholic Church. And more importantly, they were going to drop 7,000 indictments of Catholic clergymen of sex and financial crimes.
Oh, okay. So it was totally just politically motivated and had nothing to do
Well,
It
with
was just a
anything with-
bribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were probably priests fucking kids, but the Nazis didn't care about that.
No, it wasn't progressing their agenda.
Right.
Yeah.
No, like you can fuck kids.
Don't talk
In
shit
fact-
about us.
In fact, fuck more kids because that gives us more power to fuck you over later.
Right.
If anything, fucking kids.
Oh, shit. So they just have the Epstein playbook.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, why does no one get it? It's, yes, he was honeypotting other people. Like, that's clearly what he was doing. They wanted that to keep going for a long time to get dirt.
Tales old as time.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's not that hard to connect those dots, right? Does that make me a crazy person for thinking that? I don't know.
Well, he's dead.
That Hitler was honeypotting the Pope?
Yeah, baby.
I mean, Hitler was honeypotting everything.
Yeah.
So after the meeting with the von Ribbentrop, the Pope was like, that guy's fucking nuts. Over the next year, Germany overran all of Western Europe. Meetings continued. Nothing happened. Turned out Hitler was actually maybe just dangling all of these promises just to get the Pope to
no.
shut the fuck up in the
You're
meantime.
telling me Hitler
What?
didn't keep his word?
Hitler was lying?
I know,
Fuck.
right?
What?
Hitler? That Hitler? Our Hitler?
Addy?
Wait, you're telling me the guy that hates everything but this one ideology
Yeah.
isn't going to...
Was maybe just floating the idea of not prosecuting his sex criminal priests.
Yeah. Maybe if he did,
Just to
maybe
get him
if
to
he
shut
don't.
up in the meantime.
Maybe shush.
So why did the talks take place? Hitler was, of course, trying to keep the Catholics in his growing, but at the time vulnerable empire quiet. The Pope, meanwhile, was trying to protect Catholics, but also probably more importantly, Catholic priests and Catholicism and Catholic property. He did not, however, speak out much at any point, especially for the Jews.
Fucking shocker.
Silence is violence.
Not inaccurate in this case.
It's extremely accurate.
Yeah. That is all I've got for today, for our 100th episode.
Wow.
Hitler and the Pope.
Who is today's Hitler?
One wears a hat, the other's got a
The Pope.
mustache. So yeah, I was thinking,
Yeah.
who is today's Hitler? And is it Hitler?
I think it's the people fucking kids.
Yeah. I think it's the kid fuckers.
Really?
Catholic Church.
That's hard for me.
Catholic Church probably Hitler. They out-Hitlered Hitler.
Did they?
Sometimes you do that.
In this particular story. Maybe.
There's still a lot of murder and genocide going on here.
And they were leading on the Catholic Church, who was, by the way, all the willing to be led on to get what they wanted.
Right.
No, actually, I have
Don't.
mine. I have my Hitler for today's
Who
episode.
is your Hitler?
It's the Angel of Death, John Cena.
It's John C.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, man, you reminded me of the prank phone calls. The John Cena prank phone calls. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's a big time callback.
Hey, are you home? Well, John Cena's going. You don't know, it's good for
Yeah.
me and Dan. That's
It's a
fine.
deep cut.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Have you not seen those? It's
No,
one of the
And
best.
it was like a radio station that did it, I believe.
Yeah, it was very good.
In like 2010 or something.
It's just way back. Anyway, yeah.
Who's your Hitler?
For posterity with my people, I'm gonna say Hitler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hitler's
You're
still
just trying
your
to save face right now.
Hitler? I know.
Like the Catholic Church.
Can I two birds, one stone this bitch?
I mean,
everyone is Hitler.
Yeah, John Paul getting his country invaded and then trying to sainthood this bitch.
look, once you're in the fraternity of popes, you don't have a country.
Do you think they have soggy?
Man without a country?
Do they play soggy communion wafer?
Probably, yeah.
It's where soggy biscuit got invented.
So wait,
Yeah.
if they don't have
Yeah.
a country, and do they just get stuck like Tom Hanks in the terminal?
I mean, whether eventually their passport becomes Vatican,
Right, but what if they
which
forget?
is a country.
Do you think the Pope has to re-up for his passport?
I don't think so. I don't think he has a passport. I think he's
You
the
think he
fucking
can
Pope.
just travel from country to country?
Yes, I think he can go wherever the fuck he wants.
You think like a TSA agent just knows?
Hold on there, pal. Wait a minute.
You think like he's going through customs?
Take off your hat.
Like who's this fucking
He's
guy?
flying private, bro.
I think the
What do you
Pope-
think he's going through
You got a Pope?
customs?
We got a Pope jet?
There's 1,000% a Pope jet.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
You're sitting on arguably the largest fortune in the history of the
I
world.
mean, if some of these like Midwestern preachers have jets, I'd imagine the Pope has a jet.
Do you know what the asset level of
There
the
is a
Catholic
Vatican
Church is?
one.
Vatican one, of
Yeah.
course. Dude, I bet that plane's tight
Bitch, it's boring as fuck.
because there's kids on it.
Hey man,
So
free flight's a free flight, bro. I'm not following coach. I'm not trying to.
the Vatican, I can't find a good figure on this.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean they're super wealthy. They've been in the stock market since 313 AD at least.
It's like the Russian oligarchs. We have no idea how much money they have.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. What'd you learn today?
Man, I learned that.
Because this is all new information, by the way.
Yeah.
This is all brand new. In case you didn't know that already, this is all stuff that had not been revealed before this guy's article. However many hours ago we started this episode.
So I learned that the Vatican has some deeper, darker secrets that we haven't learned about yet.
Dude, yeah. Real deep-ass secrets.
I want to know that shit.
I want to know how to do magic. I want to know what God's doing in that cell. It's weird. When I imagine God in that cell, I'm imagining like a person, but like you just can't see them. They're like just blinding white light, but the shape of a person.
Well, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, where with that black chick, Naomi Harris is the actress. She was like a god trapped in a human body,
Yeah.
and then they release her in the third movie,
Sure.
and she turns into a bunch of crabs.
Sure.
And then,
Did a lot of people watch this movie? I imagine. Inspired.
Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah.
I kind of fell off.
I stopped watching after At World's End.
Yeah.
that's the one I'm talking about.
Or, I mean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
That's the first one.
What's the second one?
Yeah, kind of fell off after the first
Oh, At
one.
World's End is the second one.
Yeah.
The third one is... No,
Who
At
cares?
World's End is the third one. Dead Man's Chest is the second one.
I stopped after Dead Man's Chest.
Whatever. What'd you learn?
I've learned...
Already nothing.
Yeah. Shit don't change.
Shit don't change.
Yeah, I mean, I learned. I will say weird props to the guy who clapped back at the Pope, like, well,
Kid fucker.
hey, you fuck kids. Classic
Right.
Yeah.
classic hit.
I mean, he just played his card, his ace in the hole there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what? You're mad at us for what? Well, you've been fucking a lot of kids.
Right now I'm just thinking of the YouTube AI. Just as soon as this video comes out, just immediately removing it.
Oh, we're getting glassed. Yeah.
We're getting blasted.
Yeah.
Like those kids.
That's all I got for today.
That's it. Hey, go to softcorehistory.com. Check out all our cool merch. You can also check us out at patreon.com/softcorehistory.
Got a bunch of good content. New episode drops every Wednesday on Patreon. Of course, thank you for being on this journey with us for the last 100 episodes. Without you, obviously, we can't do the show. We can't make any money.
Also, Patreon, just real quick, if you really do like our content, you listen to us, and you want to support us, it's $5 a month. It's, you know, you get an extra, you get twice as much content.
You know, financial times are a little tougher now, but like we appreciate, you know, $5 a month, and we're going to give you the best content we got.
The more listeners we get, the more shit we can do too.
Yeah. So
like legitimately,
we can do more. The more money we get, honestly, more money equals more content.
Yeah.
So there you go.
More freedom. That's all we want to. Like that's the goal, right? We want to be independent. We want to be able to do this all the time. So help us live out that dream. Hopefully by episode 200, we're there. That'd be sick. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys listening every week and taking us in, because you have other options, and you know,
you don't exercise them.
Yeah, you choose us, faithful listener. You choose
and we love
us.
you.
Yeah, we do. We literally do.
So appreciate your support. Appreciate the listen. Appreciate the reviews, of course. 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. But yeah, Rob, Jake, it's been a blast. 100 episodes. Here's to 100 more.
It's been a good ass time.
It has been. I think we got something going here.
We do.
Ride that momentum, and
Heat check.
you just got soft served.